GRYSKLL.
Also, you know, like, yo, fam, there's this like new thing I'm on right now that's been helping my health. A thing called STEPN. It's an app called STEPN, STEPN. You buy these digital shoes, these pictures of shoes, these NFTs, and the more shoes you buy, the more minutes you get to walk every day on this app and get paid. Yo, this morning I went for a 40-minute walk. I made 20-something US dollars.
Oh man, are you serious?
Yo,
I walk
at least an hour every morning, man. That's
right. So I'm getting ready to write that down now. I gotta walk while I'm at work.
Matter of fact, I might have to put something on my dog, man. My dog walks for every night.
Facts, man. Yo, STEPN. It's an app. You got to download the app, and through the app, it's really dope. Like, they built it in a way where even people that are new to crypto, it makes it so easy for you to get a wallet. Like, it's just to press a button, but they give you your keys. So people who don't understand too much of it is you can get wallets from places where you just have a password you made, or you can get wallets in places where you get a certain amount of words, like 12 random words. When you get a wallet that has 12 random words, that's a wallet that you actually own. No company, no third party owns that. If you're on Binance and things like that, Binance owns your wallet. You know what I mean? But if you have MetaMask and things like that, you own your wallet because you have the passphrase. No one can, if you lose that passphrase, nobody from that company can retrieve that passphrase from you. That's how you know you own it, you know? And that's what's cool about STEPN. With the press of a button, you get a Solana wallet, which is another blockchain, and you have your words, and it tells you step by step what to do if you're new. And it's really cool, man. Like, me being in crypto for so long, I get overwhelmed by having to get a new wallet for a new blockchain. It's too much for me. Like, I don't know. I don't want to have all these words and these passphrases in my brain, and like, I got to worry about a piece of paper floating around forever. Like, I'm bound to, you know how many pieces of paper I lost in my life? This is the first time I can keep a piece of paper nice and not lose it. You know what I mean?
Connected to that node. Okay.
You know? And yo, and the money dipped. It dipped. Like, so STEPN was worth a lot. And right now the token is worth only 50 cents. It was worth like almost $6. And a lot of people are upset about that. But the thing is, today it was worth 50 cents. But I still made 20-something walking. Yo, I'm grateful for that, man. Yo, where I come from, I'm good. I grew up sharing a slice of pizza with 2 people. You know what I mean? I grew up, yo, with like, not even 5 on it. I just went and made sure I could get the blunt so people can feel the blunt. I'm like, yo, I got a blunt. That's it. You know, I had 2 on it. So I get it. And like, for me, 50 cent tokens where I can make 20-something just for walking and creating better habits for myself in life, I'm with it, man. I'm with it, you know?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. How long you been doing this?
What, the STEPN thing?
No, just period. Like, when did you get started?
First week of the pandemic.
Oh, wow. That's short.
Not that long. Yo, people have been short.
Yeah.
Nah. It's the beginning of music NFTs.
Okay.
So I had people like a brother named Vandal out there. He's the one who's been showing me for many years, but I was just like, same thing. The people I try to onboard, I'm like, yo, I don't know, man. You know, and then the first week of the pandemic, I'm watching the banks, I'm watching the world say, hey, you can't go to work. But the banks are saying, you still got to pay rent.
Yeah.
I was like, what? So, yo, I can't go to work, but I still got to pay rent because you can't do nothing about it? Yes, you can. You could freeze everything. Yes, you can do something about it. This is all fake. Of course you can. So I was just so angry. I was like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore. I already knew what the system's about. I've been trying to be free like a lot of us for a long time. And I took that step. So what I did was I asked my wife, I'm like, yo, I'm about to take a risk. I'm about to take my last $2,000. I'm about to buy this virtual property. Can you pay rent this month? She said, yeah. Sorry. So I bought virtual property. I sold it like for 3 times more. In 2 days, I bought 2 pieces of property. I sold that again. And then I'm like, hold on, let me look at this game. And now I'm watching the world. I'm walking around where I bought them. At first I was in it for the money. Then I walked around and I saw, I'm like, yo, these guys have art galleries in here? I'm like, yo, what else can you do? I'm like, yo, why can't you go on stage? Yo, we built a venue in there. You know, you have a Wu-Tang thing behind you. We had Prodigal Son from Sons of Man.
Yeah.
Actually come through, run 2 interviews with us in 2020 in the metaverse. You know?
In the metaverse. What?
Yeah, yo, he has the NFT out with his photo, like Sky, like my wife, she's an artist too. She collaborated on a photo with him. There's an NFT out there, but it's like a ghost. Nobody knows. You know, let it chill. Let it chill. They will. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's not just let it chill, yo.
And add value to it, or what?
Well, let it chill because, yo, they'll see it soon. Yo, like, honestly, I feel this way. Like, sometimes I'm like, yo, am I being paranoid, you know? And then I just step back and ask other people who are observing with me the same question, and they tell me I'm not, you know? And it's like, I think this being loud, coloring the blockchain, being ready to call out poverty pimps early, because we have to do that right now. Because if we don't do it right now, it's over for this world. I think that really ostracizes us, you know? And it's like, I feel like a lot of the time we're involved in the front line. Like anytime I'm involved in these crypto communities, I'm an outgoing person. I always build with people. Like, yo, people like me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People like me until I get really like, yo, this is what I stand for. And then it's like, whoa, you're grinding too hard. You're moving too fast. And yo, you're going to risk my scheme. That's the thing, because you can't manage me. I'm not manageable. You know what I'm saying? And I think these are the reasons that that's why I'm saying, like, things like this, the things that we drop, a lot of it, people see it, but it's still a very small community, and they kind of try to push it to the side because they see what we're doing, you know? And we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna be loud, and it's like, we're gonna tell people exactly how we feel. And like, yo, that's what's lacking in the space. So we're gonna be that voice, and that's what we're gonna do. But that's why I mean it'll gain value. It'll gain value when I feel there's more of us in this world, where people that resonate with what we stand for will join us and help us bring value. In a decentralized world, in a corporation, money and advertising power, financial power for advertising and marketing brings value. You can sell garbage to people as long as you have the money to advertise it. I personally feel, I might be wrong, but it's what I personally feel from my experience and observations in life, is that majority of humans don't even know what we want. We're told what we want, and then we think that's what we want. And if you flash something in someone's face often enough, it's psychology, and we're gonna want it. We're gonna be comfortable with it. You know what I mean? It's your taste buds. Look at your taste buds, for example. You could taste something that you don't like today, but if you keep tasting that same food, I forgot there's actually a scientific number of times. But if you keep tasting that food, you feel me? You'll be okay with it. You'll gravitate towards it. It'll be natural. You'll start enjoying it.
Why everybody eating buffalo wings nowadays?
Wait, you like buffalo wings? I don't know if that's why I eat them, but I'll take your word for it.
I'm trying to make sure y'all there. I'm just trying to make sure y'all listen. Okay.
I got some in the fridge I need to finish now. Why you trying to ruin this for me, man?
Just make sure y'all listening. Okay, we in the room. Okay.
Yo, but that's it, man. Yo, honestly, y'all give me this platform, and it's like it's hard to like find platforms to speak. So I just like really utilize this moment, and I appreciate it, man. Me being able to just be free and just like, yo, spill it all out. You know what I mean?
I'm so happy to have you come on and do exactly what you just did, bro. You gave us way more than I ever could have expected. I really want to bring the message and the understanding that Web3 is an opportunity for our people, to our people, and especially people in our corner of the hip hop world, people who deserve a chance to, you know, really break out and get something off of this world, because we know we're the type of people that are going to give back and keep perpetuating this and do, you know, make our whole our culture better overall. So
Right.
having you drop this the way you did, I think you're going to make it a lot easier for a lot of us to understand and see the potential and the opportunity, and see that it's not as scary and as daunting as it may have sounded before. So I really appreciate you breaking it down the way you did. One thing you said earlier, I wanted to ask you about. You talked about how the crypto world, or Web3, the metaverses, whatever you want to, whatever aspect you want to speak on, how it can affect our world here, the physical world, emotionally. I think you said a couple of other ways. You said a couple other ways. Would you mind expanding on that?
Yeah, sure. I feel well, it's just like social media, for example. You know, when social media first came about, like, I'm an older head, you know what I mean? So when it's like, when you think of like Facebook first comes out, I remember before you typed anything in your status, it would say like, in like faded letters, it would say, what's on your mind, you know? And then you would type, and the faded letters would leave, and you would type, what's on your mind, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think at that moment we realized that what's on our mind, now we're not just echoing that in our room with ourselves, with people we trust, with someone's house we went to who we know, you know what I mean? We're echoing that to everybody that's online, right?
What's on your mind? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now you're inviting everyone. You told them what's on your mind. So now you invited everyone to speak about what's on your mind. And we didn't realize the consequences of how this can affect us in real life. Like people online, we see it all the time. Like people online talking out of pocket to somebody they think is just online, and then boom, they get punched in the face. You know, it affects you in the real world. People online posting pictures of them super smashed at a party and saying something disrespectful, boom, they don't get their job that they applied for.
Right.
It's affecting their real life.
Right.
People online liking a bunch of women's pictures for no reason, for, you know what I mean? And they're married, and then boom, that affects them in real life, right? So the same thing happens in the metaverse and Web3. It's what happens there is connected to the real world. But the difference is, it's like, it's not just a status. It's like we each have our own website. But the website is the 3D immersive website that's in the shape of a building. There's walls. It's interactive, you know, and you can do more than, you can put more than a status there. You know, you can actually put your personality there. You can put what you stand for there. You know, you can paint the walls how you want to. This is your building, you know, and then however I deal with things in this world, whatever, if I deal with some great business in this metaverse world, it's going to financially help me in this world, right? I'm not really, my avatar's not eating, I'm eating out here. So it's going to help me here. If I promote some negativity on there, it'll still affect me in the real world. So basically all I was trying to say is, it's just like the internet, man. It's like, it's Web3 is the internet. It's just the new version of it. It's like, yo, imagine playing Commodore 64, man. Like, you know, it's like back in the day, like you're playing a 2D game, and then all of a sudden, okay, imagine playing Grand Theft Auto when it was the aerial view, just 2D. And then all of a sudden we got like this new Grand Theft Auto, and that's the only difference. There's more to it. We could do more. You know what I mean? Okay. And that's not the only difference. That's one of the main differences. And the other difference is, obviously, we have the power to control that space. Like, that world is ours. We make it what we want it to, what we want to make it. But basically what you do in this world will affect you in the physical world. Businesses are jumping on heavily. Large corporations are jumping on, and we're not. So what's going to happen? Large corporations are jumping on, but we're not. It's just like the real world. It's just like the real world. Someone comes and colonizes Canada. What happens? Now we get indentured, or we see globalization. We get sold a false narrative. We come to Canada, and it's not our Canada, nor is it native land anymore either. Somehow, all of a sudden, right? Even though it is forever, you know? So that's all it is. It's like what happens in that world affects us in this world. Therefore, when we see all these people mass onboarding and different communities onboarding, and we see that we're not onboarding ourselves, what's happening in this world will affect us in the physical world. If we don't have any property, any businesses, any communities that are thriving within Web3, we're not going to be able to make it in this world anymore. That's just how it is. We're evolving. We're evolving with technology. We might not want to, but if we don't want to, then we shouldn't be using the iPhone. You know, we shouldn't. I remember I was in grade 7 when I saw water bottles become a thing. I remember going to the store. I was like, I'm not buying water. What's wrong with this guy? I have a water fountain in the school. I'm not buying water. You know what I mean? But things evolve, and it's part of life, and we have to deal with it. We're either a part of it, or we're going to be left behind. And we all seen what happened when we weren't left behind in the fiat world. It wasn't just being left behind when things were stolen and we were pushed behind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the narrative switched, when the ledger wasn't there and history was rewritten and we were left behind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I think that's why it's very important that we understand what happens in that world is connected to the physical world. And that's why we shouldn't be neglecting that world. We should be joining it. If we don't want to join it, at least understand it. That's the main part. You don't have to join anything, but understand it because it exists. It's like not understanding how to use the internet right now. Like, imagine you don't understand how to use the internet right now. It's the same thing. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And we're moving fast, man. Like, we gotta like really like do it now. Like,
we're late to the game.
We're late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But we're still earlier than most of the world, but we are late. People are, like you said, companies, corporations are in there buying up land, taking up real estate, starting their businesses, creating their own worlds in there, waiting for us to come because we're going to be late to the party with our wallets, and we're going to spend these little pennies that we have because we didn't earn the money that was available up front, like King Mizo did when he bought that land. He bought land. He owns a piece of this world, so he's killing it, man. He's going to be somewhat safer because just like in this world, if you got money, you're a little bit safer.
That's it.
In there, and that world is affecting this world financially. A lot of people who are struggling in the or a lot of people made their fortunes in the world of Web3 during this pandemic, just like him. But most of them weren't us.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's still some opportunity there. There's still some time, but if we keep slow rolling, we're gonna be just like we are in this world. The piddly consumers, you know, struggling day to day.
Come join us, man. And I'm not just saying it.
Man, that's why I'm talking to you.
People will see how transparent what we're doing is. Like, if you look at my track record as an individual, the same thing is happening. I'm doing the same thing in this world. It's the same thing. Everything I stood for. You know what I mean? Like, I had many opportunities with my music to do things differently, take different opportunities that I didn't believe in. And I would have probably been somewhere else by now. You know, like I've been given these offers, you know, that movies talk about, people talk about in conspiracies, you know what I mean? As Unknown Mizery back in the day, I've been given offers twice, actually, you know, and once it was very blatant of what they wanted me to do with my soul. Real talk, you know, and it's like, I don't want to bring too much of that up here, because then they'd be like, I can't believe this guy's Web3 stuff, he's crazy. But that's some real shit. And it's like, I've been told that you know what I mean? I've been told who runs the industry. And I've been told that, all you got to do is sometimes play this game. You want to roll through? And I told them, no, I don't. You know, and it's the same thing here. Where like, so if you look at my track record as an individual, just understand we're doing the same thing here. Everything is decentralized, which I love. And all I want is like our people to come join us. And not just join us and owe us anything. Come join us. Let's amplify together. Why are we going to compete right now? I've been working hard building this stuff with my team in here. Come join, help us amplify. Let's get this bigger. But when we amplify, these are roots. Do your thing. You know, everyone is their own kings and queens. We all have our own visions and dreams. Live it up. But let's amplify. Let's like incubate right now. Let's amplify this. So we have the power. So the soil is pure. You know what I mean? The soil is rich. Let's make the soil rich. And we can only do that with each other, man. Like in this world, if we compete, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You know what I mean?
I got a real simple question. How do we even get into this space? Like,
I was gonna ask that one.
Is it a website I go to? Do I need to purchase some equipment? Like, how do I even get into this space to participate?
MetaMask is your starting point. Like you said, you go to metamask.io, and that's where you can download your wallet for the first time. You may want to expand on it a little bit more because I'm still new. I got a wallet, I got a little bit in it, but I'm not as articulate as you are living in this world. I started playing around with this world in spring of 2021, but I've been dabbling in and out. This is conversations like this is me trying to figure out how I can really start to make moves in the world now.
Okay. Well, yeah, I agree with you. Still, it's the same thing. Exactly. You get the MetaMask wallet, metamask.io. Once you have the MetaMask wallet, you look at it. Even if you have $0 on there, you just get the wallet. The wallet plays as your passport. Look at it as a Web3 passport, because now you can get once you have that wallet as a Chrome extension, you go to Decentraland.org. So DECENTRALAND.org. And once you go there, you can enter with your wallet. You won't have a name. You have to buy your name if you want a name. Your avatar, you can make it look however you want. You won't have certain clothing. You'll have generic clothing. But if any of you go on there, get at me, DM me. I'll send you a bunch of like virtual wearables and whatever. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
But yeah, so that's the best way to do it. And if you want, actually, every Thursday, every Tuesday, we run this thing. Every Thursday I DJ inside Ice Poker Lounge. But every Tuesday we run this thing called metaverses. So you know the verses, you know? So we got, to be honest, I'm hoping them like Timbaland and all of them are like, yo, you're stealing from me, dog. And they get at me. So I can be like, oh, perfect, got your ear. Let's talk for a minute, you know? But it's called metaverses. And it's just we ran season 1 already, which was the international season. It's in English, and we ran season 1. It was successful. We had approximately over 1,600 people at every event in Avatar, just chilling, and it was successful. And all it is basically we get 2 artists each episode. They give us 7 music videos. We play the music videos back to back, and then we have this website called rapvote.xyz. where people go and they use Rap Token, which is our Guerrilla music currency. They use Rap Token and they vote each round for their favorite artists. And the artist with the most vote wins. And 100% of the Rap Token you use to vote with goes to Color the Blockchain, where we buy people computers, internet cards, and things like that, you know? So far, we only raised enough funds for one person, but they got computers, you know? But yeah, that's metaverse. And I think that's the best way to do it, man. So basically, metamask.io, get a wallet, then go to Decentraland.org and just walk around the world, see what's going on in there, and just like see the vibe, you know what I mean? And just, I'll send you links to events and come out to our events. And like even things like this, fam, I'll tell you the truth, like we have our venue. Yo, I want people to have space. Like we have space. There's 24 hours a day. We have the venue, we have a screen in there, we have streaming. I don't stream for 24 hours a day. This is another entry point. Another easier way to enter. Like, see, I gotta get better at my elevator pitches, you know what I mean? But another good way to enter is basically, if you're a musician, I have the easiest way for you to enter. You just send me 7 music videos. You join Metaverse Season 2, you know? And now you're automatically in the ecosystem. I send you a step-by-step guide on how to get your wallet. It's the easiest way to get you in there. Your wallet automatically gets Rap Token for participating, whether you win or lose. The winner gets 50,000 Rap. And then you also get a bunch of wearables and a bunch of random NFTs. So you have a starter pack. So if you're a DJ or producer or an MC, boom, that's the best way. Just join a Guerrilla music event, you know? And we got you. If you want to perform in the metaverse, we're making it really easy. Get at me. You're going to send me a music video. You're going to send me a live performance like you would on Instagram or anywhere. If you want the quality to be good, you know, you set it up so it's directly getting the sound, whatever, you know what I mean? It's up to you how you want yourself to look. And you send me that footage. You send me a 40 minutes or a 2-hour set, up to you. And once you send me that footage, you don't upload that footage anywhere publicly until the day after the metaverse event, you know? So it's exclusive. And then once you send me that video, same thing. I send you an explainer on how to get a wallet. We give you a bunch of NFTs. We give you participation Rap tokens. And the reason we're doing this is all part of our outreach. This is all part of our grassroots way to get people involved. And music especially, man. Like, yo, I'm watching musicians in the space like, it's music. All right, I can't tell people what good art is. It's up to the person interpreting the art, up to the person experiencing the art. But for me, I can see when people are like almost pimping hip hop culture. And that's what's happening in the space. There's groups like us. There's groups like Squad of Knights. If you guys know Illmind, the producer.
Yep.
I joined this thing just because it's like really thorough. I like what they're doing, you know? So there's like a bunch of hip hop culture in here, but that's why I'm really trying to onboard a bunch of us through music, because I really feel like, we're not going to pay to play anymore. You know what I mean? We're going to get paid to play. And that's
I got 7 videos, yo. I'm like, let me go to YouTube real quick.
We'll make them.
Yo, if you got him, send them, brother.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm seriously sitting here like, I don't know if we have 7, maybe.
I mean, between the crew, we definitely do.
Yes, there you go.
Between the crew.
And we can also make them. It ain't. We can make them.
But even
when the season's two.
Sorry, I keep talking over the man. I was just gonna say, even a barrier to entry, man. Like, to deal with that, say you brothers or even other people watching, it's like, yo, we don't have 7 videos. Yeah, that's okay. Yo, run like a quick performance. Boom, you put that on. You don't want to do that? That's cool. Maybe run me less. Run a few videos. Think of an idea. You know what I mean? Think of an idea. Do a night. Do one show. You know what I mean? Where you play like 5 of your music videos and you talk. It's like, what I'm saying is, it's like other people will say, yo, come through, join the crypto community, join our community, but you can get founders NFTs. You can become members, and there's other perks to that. You can read what the perks are and utilities are. And that's beautiful. Like, everyone will get extra stuff for joining and supporting us and getting a founders NFT, which is basically a membership. But without getting that, regardless, another reason why we're a different program and community in this space is because, our space is there for the people. Like, it's there. Just take advantage of the space. If you brothers are like, yo, you know what, man? I want to pitch a 1-hour show idea once a month. Yo, pitch the idea. I'm just going to send that idea to the few people with founders NFTs. We're all going to vote equally.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they'll probably say yes, unless it's some weird shit, And it's like, so that's what I'm saying. You brothers and anyone else watching, yo, come through, roll with us, man. Like, we got space for you. But if I'm going to be blatant, because this has been happening too, while I'm coming with such an open heart, just understand, an open heart doesn't mean I'm a fool. Right? I also watch very carefully, right? And if I see any colonialism, or if I see any blatant competition that is toxic and done in a fiat way of thinking, where you're thinking as if you're on the plantation, I'm going to pull your card and boot you from the community. Period. You know what I mean? We got to keep it thorough.
Love and respect for that.
Word. You hear that, Damon? No red thongs. No red thongs.
Yeah.
Yo, we had people online being like, people messaging me like, yo, so I heard blah, 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 so-and-so helped found Guerrilla Music. I'm like, oh, yeah, eh? I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. Boom, I heard so-and-so helped found Rap Token and gave you the concept. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, cool, all right. But it's funny, it's nice. Like, I had people even come in, Decentral Games message me, said, yo, someone messaged us and said they want to do a rap battle here. And I'm like, yeah, that's all good, bro. I don't run rap battles. Like, I don't own the rap battles. There could be 20 of them, 100 of them, Right. Like, whoever's doing it, let me know. I'll try to build a bridge with them, because I understand the power of building bridges. I'm not scared. I'm confident in my skills. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to build with the best. I want to build with the best. Bring the best MCs to me. Bring the rawest, the illest MCs to me. Bring me MCs that are better than me, because I'm not afraid. I love that, because I'm confident in my skills, and what I stand for. Like, yo, what is it? Steel sharp steel. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We say it all the time.
So that's all it is, man. So we just gotta build, man. Like, I'm getting hype right now, but I don't know. I just want some good things to happen, man. And I feel like you brothers right here, this is already a beautiful bridge we can start building. and however we can use any of our virtual spaces or anything, yo, it's there. Like, yo, 100% transparency is there for you, brothers. Let's build, you know?
We appreciate that.
I'm really sitting here like, yo, I took notes tonight. I don't ever.
Yeah.
None of us do. I'm only scribbling.
Me taking notes.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad. So I'm glad that meant a lot to everybody, man. This is like, I've been trying to figure out how we can have this conversation in a more intelligent way than I've been trying to have it, because I know I haven't been able to articulate these points. But bro, you've articulated these points in a way that I think us and our audience can actually take action on, man. And that means a lot, for real. So that alone is enough reason for me to say thank you, and for us to have follow-up conversations and figure out what we can do together, man, because I need to figure out what the next moves are for me, and I think I'll be coming to you for some advice, some tips, and whatever else works, man. I mean, if it's about just joining up and just kind of partnering my car and learn along the way, I'm looking for a good ride, man, for the proper ride, the right ride.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. But yo, I do want to share something. For like, I know for wrapping up, and I want to share something with my music, if that's cool.
Actually, I wasn't going to wrap up yet because I wanted to give a chance to talk about hip hop too. I didn't want this to just be about that, man.
We hip hop.
Hip hop show. I wanted to just be a crypto show, but I wanted to get that, like, really get that in, man, because that's probably going to be its own segment, its own show. But I want the people to get to know you as an artist too, and just you as a person, man. So please, let's go.
If you want, you'll be on here tomorrow morning still talking with us, yo.
I know, right?
We don't know how to get off this one.
How much time do you have? Because sometimes we go 2-3 hours, and I don't want to be disrespectful with your time either.
Yo, to be honest, man, I'm loving this. I don't even feel like this is not even wasting time. This is like building with time. I love it. You know?
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's different. Yo, no, I just wanted to share with people that I've been making music for a long time as under the name Unknown Mizery. I used to be part of a group called Babylon Warchild. I still am. We just don't do anything. But it's Babylon Warchild. We've been blessed to like tour lots of the world, you know what I mean? Like all over Europe, over a dozen times. I recorded albums while in Belgrade, Athens, Greece. Those are some of my brothers. We have a lot of history with people. And when we used to travel, it was always, we'd do run festivals, but then we'd always go back into like the different anarchist communities, and anarchists in Europe are different, you know? So we'd go to like Exaria in Athens, Greece, where we stay, and in that community, riot police basically surround the community at all times. But that's where we would stay, and that's where we find so much love and kindness, you know. While the people outside of that barricade would see that neighborhood as violent, you know, but they were kind. We had a brother named Killer P, rest in peace. He got murdered by the government there. They carved a swastika in his chest. He was the first brother that brought us out to Athens, Greece for a show with this movement called Hit and Rap, you know? And big love to Psychodrome and all them. But that's some of my history. And I wanted to bring that up because our music, it's music, but it's also the people's music. And that's what it's always been. We've used music to facilitate workshops across Toronto District School Board. We've been invited to join Mayor Miller, Toronto's Year of the Gun panel back in the day. He invited us to join his panel. Well, he didn't invite us. We like bombarded his office with Stolen from Africa shirts and like put him on the spot. You know, counselors were talking on stage. We'd run up with the man, them just grab mics, and we just talk for the people. We bring people that had no home to live in. We bring them on stage with us, give them the mic, because that's who should be speaking, you know, and this is what we stood for. You know, we've taught workshops about anti-oppression inside police foundations courses, where, to be honest, it was like, I've taught many kids. It was like really teaching like bad behaved children. And I'm just saying that was like an experience we had, you know, but it was like really cool. We've created a documentary called Stolen from Africville, which is about the first African settlement in Canada. When the Underground Railroad ended, slavery didn't really end in Canada. You know, it continued. And these are parts of this is part of what I stand for as a musician. And years later, the name Unknown Mizery caught up to me. You know what I mean? Because my loved ones, people that cared about me would look at me, and by accident, they throw misery at me. Because that's what they're saying. Every day, yo, misery. And they're just throwing that at me. Oh. And I think that formed a cloud over me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So time passed. I fell in. I dealt with heavy addiction, different things, you know. For many faults of my own when I was younger, I wasn't able to see my daughter due to my own anger issues and things like that. You know what I mean? So all these things, like, really, I needed to deal with it, and I wasn't dealing with it. So I dealt with drugs and blah, blah, blah. I moved to BC to get away from this stuff, to Vancouver. Found mountains, started walking on mountains barefoot. You know what I mean? Started meditating with my gemstones and, like, really digging deep into my culture. And, you know, and finding that. And then realizing that, I felt so detached to the name Mizery. And it was really hard because I was never a mega superstar, man, you know, but around the world, I had people that always supported me. I had real heads around the world. You know, I have a couch, right? Almost anywhere I went, there was a couch I could sleep on with a real head who knows all my music, you know? And it was hard for me to change my name. It was also letting go of that ego, you know? It's like, how do I do this, man? I'm getting older, and like, I'm gonna have to change my name. And see, I got rid of it. I changed my name to King Mizo. And now people call me King. You know, literally, people call me King. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that energy. I'm getting that. I get that energy back. I feel it. I've watched my entire surroundings transform. It's like alchemy. You know what I mean? It's real alchemy. And I've watched this just change. I felt me change. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I changed, I watched people around me change, either by falling off or adding on. You know? And whoever fell off was supposed to. No hard feelings. Whoever added on was supposed to. You know? It was just what was supposed to happen at this journey in my life. And also, I didn't find any financial freedom until I called myself King. And that's because I wasn't supposed to. Because if I found financial freedom when I called myself Mizery, I would be investing in my own misery. And I probably would have been dead. You know? So everything's for a reason. So now I'm King Mizo. I dropped, and another reason I call myself King Mizo is because as an artist who likes to create, I grew up in a Wu-Tang era, but I can't always sound the same. It's not fun for me. I could write a boom bap song with my eyes closed. I don't want to always do that. It gets boring. Honestly, it gets boring. I made like thousands of songs like that. I want to create. I want to be free. So when I got to change my name, I also got to change the style of what I'm going to do. I'm like, it's a new name. I get to do what I want. So my first album is King Mizo. It was very experimental. I had like all different genres. I had like EDM, like drill, trap, some boom bap, all of it. And I had so much fun. I was finding that sound in me. But this new album that I'm working on is, I would say, is my real King Mizo debut album. That's how I would look at it. As like when I harnessed the sound, you know? And this new album is called Kohinoor King. I started writing this new album and mid-album, I was like maybe like 12, 13 songs deep. Yo, I had this dream, man, where it was like, I remember it vividly. Like I lucid dream a lot, you know? And I had this vivid dream that I didn't even think of controlling it. I just let that one be. I was just in it, you know? And I couldn't see anyone's face. And I was in like some room that was like, it was like a listening party, you know what I mean? For the album. And during this listening party, it was packed. Yo, the room was packed. But everyone was faceless, and not in a weird way. I just couldn't see their face, you know, in my dream. And then this song, though, I remember this whole album. I remember listening to the album front to back. I remember certain instruments. I remember certain lyrics when I woke up. This is the second time this happened to me. I had an album called Sacred Soil, where I wrote the last song, half of the first verse, in my dreams. And this is the second time this happened. But I remember instruments on it, vibes. I remember names of songs. And just like some little pieces, I woke up, boom, I wrote it all down, scrapped my old album, was starting fresh, and I'm having mad fun, yo. So that's why I want to share this. So like I'm writing Kohinoor King, the album. Kohinoor King, the meaning of it is close to my heart. Kohinoor is the gemstone that the Hindu gods used to fight over. It's a one-of-a-kind gemstone, they say. Not they say, it exists. But it's a one-of-a-kind gemstone. Really big. Found nowhere else on Earth. It's a crystal. And it's called the Kohinoor gem. And the Hindu gods used to fight over it. And the kings in ancient India would also fight over this. Because the legend has it that you take this Kohinoor gem, one of a kind, by the way, and you take it towards the edge of any land, and it would work as a satellite. You could see the entire land, you know? So years later, many years later, the most modern version of colonialism, where the British came to India, they took all the gems, boom, 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 there's holes all over the Taj Mahal. They gave a bunch of stuff back. But the one thing they didn't give back yet is the Kohinoor gem. The Kohinoor gem, they're never going to give it back. You know, there's something very spiritual attached to that. And so that's what the album's called, Kohinoor King, you know? And legend also has it that it could only be held and used by women. It had a curse on it. So if men used it, they would be cursed. So this is about how I'm removing all curses. You know, I rap in Bengali in this album. That's my native tongue. I run Bengali mantras in this album. All that. And I'm removing these curses. So I'm the Kohinoor King. I'm getting the gems back from my people so we can all see the Kohinoor in us, so we can map us, so we can map ourselves, and we can get a great understanding of who we are by knowing our history and ourselves. And that's what Kohinoor King's about. And it's going to be released with a comic book that's also AR. My boy Odinson's making it. He's crazy. And it's going to be an AR, so augmented reality. So if you buy the comic book, you download the app when it comes out, you put the app towards the comic book, the characters will pop out in 3D. And I don't know what he's going to do to it yet, but he's going to make them do something. You know, it'll be interactive in some way. But that's Kohinoor King. I'm 15 songs deep. But I'm going to make 15 more. And I'm going to pick the top, I don't know, however, whatever I feel. But I'm going to make 30 tracks all together. I have producers from all over the place. I'd say there's different, it's a mixed genre type thing. But this song really, if my daughter were to hear this album, she would know who I am, what I stand for, what makes me cry, and what makes me smile. That's what this album is going to be.
Okay.
And I'm really excited. I feel like it's the greatest album I've ever worked on in my entire life. And I'm really excited for it. We're going to have live instruments on it. We have one of the drummers from the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's actually the main drummer guy. He's playing the drums on it. We have someone playing, his name's Sutska, playing violin on it. I'm going to get some tablas on it, and we're going to have different live instruments added onto it. But I'm going to put a lot of Indian culture into it too, though. Because I'm like, one of the most exciting parts for me is like rapping in Bengali. Because it's like, it brings like it's so close to Sanskrit, and Sanskrit is so ancient. And ancient tongues have vibration in the pronunciation. You know what I mean? And it's like, there's something in, like, when I have these choruses in Bengali, I'm just driving in the car and I'm just like, that's the noise I'm making. I can't help it. I'm like, my girl's beside me. I'm like, I'm the best. I'm just literally like, loud enough. Like, I can't help it. But honestly, this is going to be one of my favorite albums I've created in my life so far. And I'm really excited to share it with people. My last album, I invested $10,000 in it. It's not much, but it's a lot for me to invest in music. I've invested in touring, but I've never invested in promoting. And I've realized I did it to see. I said, either it's going to work or it's not, but I'm going to learn from it. And I'm going to know I did it once. So I did it. And I've seen what works, what doesn't, but I understand that unless we can keep pumping $10,000 in this day and age, they're going to forget you by tomorrow. There's a machine pumping over you. So I'm going to put the money into high quality videos that I enjoy, videos that I want to see, I'm going to put the money into creating a piece of art that I enjoy, that I want. And I'm going to make it the best art piece that I can sit down in a room even alone and stare at for days and love. You know what I mean? That's what I want. And any other investment is going to come from touring. You know what I mean? But that's Kohinoor King, and I want to share that. Like, that album is mad close to me, man. Like, I'm dropping a video for one of the songs in a few weeks, and the song's called Gave You Power. Yeah. And we took a Nas sample. Well, I got it my boy, Rex Sessions, and I was like, yo, you know the song I Gave You Power where Nas is Love that shit. And I'm just like, yo, brother, I'm like, Rex, can you find the original sample and flip it so it doesn't sound like Nas, but people will know it's homage? He's like, yeah, he got it. Yo, he killed it. Rex is dope at remixing shit. He killed it. And then, so I dropped a song on it called I Gave You Power, but the theme of it is technology. So I am technology. Instead of being a gun, I'm technology. And the concept behind it is that it's the beholder. It's the person who carries me as technology who decides whether you're going to do good with it or bad with it. It's just like money. Money's energy. Are you going to do good with it or bad with it? Same with technology. What are you going to do with it? So that's what this song's about, and I'm mad excited. We got a video. I had a makeup artist do makeup on my arm for like 6 hours. It's like, you know, I was like tired, bro. I don't even hardly drink anymore. But after that session, I'm like, yo, I really feel like I needed to get a drink or something just to wake up. Like. Instead, I smoked some nice sativa, though. I was good, you know?
Wow.
I just want to say, all of a sudden, my album title seemed like they didn't get no thought, yo. That's a great story for an album title, man. That's dope.
I mean, that's a heck of an album title. Yeah, that's very dope.
That's dope.
How do you spell it?
Kohinoor is Kohinoor. And yo, yeah, if you read the history on the Kohinoor gem, yo, it's really dope, man. Like, make your imagination run.
You said Kohinoor?
Yeah.
Okay, word. I'm definitely gonna look that up.
So hold on, all of you brothers make music then?
Yeah.
Most of in some shape, form, or fashion, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah,
we could build, man. Let's see how we could build on some music shit. Like, why not? Like, let's I haven't heard anything yet still, so I should probably send me some links so I can hear some shit still.
All right, will do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to grab. Well, we got the central link with Bandcamp, right? Well, most of the stuff there.
Yeah, most of the stuff. GRYSKLL.bandcamp.com or just go GRYSKLL.com. Matter of fact, I just followed you on Instagram.
Yeah, I did as well.
So TBear183, and right now, as far as the month of June, I've been posting one of our songs a day.
Okay.
So
I'll bump that.
Speaking of our songs, Damon, any update on getting those vocals from Reese?
Oh.
Yo, hit that.
You know what?
Hit that arc in Damon. Yo, hit that arc in Damon.
What you laughing at, man? Come on. I do need to get those. Yes, I need to get those vocals.
Yeah, but one place you can go to find our stuff too. I ain't mean to cut you, man. I'm sorry, Damon.
No, I ain't. Go for it.
I was gonna say one place you can go to get our music too. Just go to youtube.gryskull.com. That'll take you to our YouTube channel. You can see the episodes. We got visualizers on there with some of our music. We got a couple of videos on there. What's that?
Turn your mic down a little bit. It's a little boomy.
Is it? Get that bass.
Oh, can you go?
Yo, we need a GRYSKLL concert, man. Like, yo, man, if you just run like a one GRYSKLL showcase. Like, easy step in. Yo, like, run one show. Boom. That's how you brothers step in easily. Just run one show. See what happens. You know what I mean? Like, your GRYSKLL logo, make that into a t-shirt. Make that into a wearable. Have your first show. And in that show, have like 10,000 of those of that t-shirt made. Give it out to everyone. Farm Twitter followers. And like, that's it. Just get a GRYSKLL Twitter though, because that's where all the crypto shit
lives. We already got it at GRYSKLL.
So I'm gonna add you brothers, man. And like, yo, let's Honestly, man, like beyond everything, like, yo, why don't we just do a concert? Like,
I promise you, 4 or 5 months ago, I talked to my woman about trying to figure out how we can find a designer to design a GRYSKLL t-shirt for the metaverse and start designing GRYSKLL gear for the metaverse, GRYSKLL masks. The ideas are bubbling, bro. So
yo, we got
the people that know how to execute. So I think you're going to be one of those bridges, man. So I'm real excited to have this conversation and all that, man.
Yep. Okay.
And you know, we're on this. I'll send you links through DM too if you don't get a chance to go check any of the profiles out. We'll definitely let you hear.
Yeah, send me links for sure. But I'll add everyone back and like just build. Like, I definitely want to build, man. Like, just the vibe of what y'all are doing. I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like the music's gonna be lit still. I don't know. Like, I just feel like, and if it's not, it doesn't matter, man. At least the vibe's good. But I feel like the music's gonna be lit.
There's no question about the music. I love the music. With boom bap and abstract, is kind of where our chambers are, but we also we stretch. We're definitely very malleable. So you're gonna be happy with the music for sure. I was gonna say you probably gonna want somebody in this crew on Kohinoor King, to tell the truth. You're probably gonna dab and step into that world. So
yo, I'm
confident, bro.
I'm so down to build. That's what I do. Like, I want to build, and everyone just like shuts it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's such a weird thing. It's like, it's so hard to build with people.
Yo, it's been very hard for me in social media in general. I just haven't been interested in playing the game, so it's a lot harder there. I'd rather just have direct, simple conversations about genuine human shit, and that's hard to have with most people in those worlds, man. So
speaking of building, though. How about those vocals from Reese? Look
at this guy.
in some strange way, I feel like Q was just kind of getting you back for what you did to me, yo. So I see it, man. How long is it though?
Pay back for that sneak attack that you and Bear pulled on him, huh?
Sneak attack, man. Yeah, I lived through the sneak attack. It was the final joint that took me out. I ain't picked up a microphone since. I'm over here writing R&B songs.
So how'd you start? When did you start rhyming, and who were the people that really got you into this? What's your hip hop backstory as far as just as an MC?
Yeah, I was like just freestyling at staircases, smoking blunts, freestyling. It was just what we did. And then like back in the day, in Toronto, you know what I mean? So that was just the thing. Every Friday, like, we freestyle in the staircase, chill. We go from our neighborhood to the next one, maybe run a little battle. Mans maybe talk subliminal about each other, and then you got to worry about what this guy's saying, and they're, like, the fun shit. That was fun. Right. But we didn't take it seriously. It was just what we did. And then my boy Decisive from Toronto, he was just like, yo, Miz, my name was Mayhem back then. He's just like, yo, I got the studio I'm gonna go to, bro. Let's go write this track. I'm like, what, write a track? Like, I never done that before. He's like, yo, don't tell him. Just come to my house after school. I was in grade 9. I went to his house after school. He played this beat. I just wrote music. I was like, yo, he's like, yo, just write. He's like, just write whatever comes to your mind. I'm like, all right. So I wrote these 2 8-bar verses. I didn't even know what bars were. He had to break it down to me. And then he brought me to the studio. There's a guy named DJ Sirius. And went to DJ Sirius' studio. He's an older dude at the time. So, like, we're kids, And then I go into the booth. It's my first booth. Like, it was like a movie to me. I was like, this is crazy, yo. I'm reading the paper. I spit the thing. I come out, yo. He shows me mad love. He's like, yo, you want to do a solo track on my album? I'm working on an album. This song with you and Decisive is going to be on it. I'm like, all right. He sends me the beat. He sends me 2 beats. I take them home. Yo, I'm like on this natural high. Like, I went to the studio. Like, the first time you go to the studio, and then you're like, yo, this beat is mine. Like, hold on, this guy gave me a beat, and it's mine. Like, what? How does this happen? I went home. I just wrote. I wrote a song called Trapdoors, and I wrote a song called Unknown Mizery. And that's how I got the name Unknown Mizery. And then I didn't know what was happening. I recorded those tracks. Now I'm on my bike at Kill Eglinton. Literally, I'm just chopping. I'm like ciphering, selling little dime bags on my bike, ignoring everything. I don't know what's happening. You know what I mean?
Hip hop, hip hop.
I just think I'm cool as shit, but I'm like, just don't know what I'm doing. And then I'm at my boy's house. And it's like, I'll never forget, I'm at my boy's house. We're all listening to the radio. It's like college radio. And they're like, yo, DJ Serious Dim Sum album back from European tour. What? Yo, there's 2 singles that promoted this Dim Sum album, this compilation of Toronto artists.
What was the name of the album?
Dim Sum?
Dim Sum.
That's our 3rd single. That's the name of our third single.
Oh, for real? Yo.
Kismet.
That's crazy.
Automatic Synergy, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.